crayons. So I have crayons ready too. And I just want to do paintings, right? Yes, today is last day, and then we are starting a new group. Even like today, we are going to start it. I'm going to make the new group. Students who are coming, a lot, mashallah, a lot of students are joining us for July. So the next session will start, of course, on Monday. Today is Wednesday, and the new group will start. And of course, all of you who are joining me on in July, all of you will be there too. So it will be the same thing, right? Just that this group finishes today and another one starts in July. And hope to see everyone. Those who have not enrolled themselves yet, you can do that. All right, so I'm going to add yellow. And any lemon yellow? Yes. All right. Walaikum assalam, Simil. Hope everyone is doing great, inshallah. And so again, I am doing a garden, and let me tell you, yesterday was a blast. It was so beautiful that everybody did a fabulous job, and mashallah, it was so beautiful. I am so proud of everyone, mashallah. So inshallah, today our garden is going to be pretty again. So since like in June is coming to an end, and July we have new projects, so I wanted to just start with the colors today. So you just have a few colors. I have green, yellow, and black. So we'll still wait for a few minutes, like 5 minutes. Let's get everyone some time to get ready. And there's a little sunlight here. Let me see if I can get rid of this line. No, earlier was better. So, yeah, this is better. All right. So, right, there's a little patch of light. Right. So let's give everyone some time to come on board. Now, what we need is a white brush, a flat white brush, and we need some paint. I'm going to put it a little away, and then napkin, your paper towel. I have a bunch of these, so I just use them. They're just lying in my art room, and then I just use it. You can use any paper towel. You don't have to use the same one. Which green? Okay, any dark, fresh green. So, so any lime, lemon yellow. Any lemon yellow, any fresh green. And today you have to follow my lines today, all right? So the way I will brush, you will use it. Okay, I'm going to put the napkin away, and I'm going to put my masking tape. Yes, black, and green and yellow. Some new colors today, right? We have been working with blues. So I hope I have enough tape, because looks like I am running out of my tape. So masking tape, don't press it very hard. Don't press it very hard. Yeah, just a line. I hope so that my tape is enough for today. I need to go shopping. So here we go. And all right, yes, Aisha, I'm waiting. I'm just adding the masking tape. And of course, we will wait for everyone before we start. So, right, my masking tape finished. I have a masking tape that is way bigger though, but it's all right, right? Whatever tape we had, we are just going to use it. So whatever tape I had, I'm just adding it to the border. No worries, right? So inshallah, we'll do something else here. Think about another plan for this part where I ran out of masking tape. So you can use any washi tape, you know. There's so other ways to do that, but yeah, I do need new masking tape. All right. So I'm waiting for everyone before we start. All right. Yes, I did. But you know, some of the students, Asma, they said that they can't, they have summer classes, they have summer camps, Quran classes, and then it was so hard. So we decided we are going to do the same thing. Maybe I can ask everyone later, maybe in July. Maybe they don't have classes, but we need to ask everyone that if we shift it to 12, how would everyone feel, right? So let me ask that in WhatsApp group, the new group I'm going to create today for all the students who are inshallah joining me. We can ask everyone, right? All right, Simil is good with 12. I will ask everyone. You can just give me your opinion, right? All of you can just put in WhatsApp if you are good with 12. Let's do that, right? But we need to ask everyone. 12 or 12:30. We can find it out because some of our students are joining us from the Pacific time. And then it's 8 o'clock over there. So yeah. Yes, Hadia, you can, instead of crayons, you can use oil pastels, of course. But today, I thought we will start with acrylic paint. So any acrylic paint that you have, let's start working, right? So
what paints do we need?
So yeah, this is all the paint for the time being, for the background. So this is our background. We are going to do yellow, green, and black for our background. Later, we need some flowers with white, pink, a little bit of red and pink flowers. I didn't post the picture today. Yeah, but let it be a surprise. This is the brush that I'm using, a flat brush, and it is a little thick, right? You can see like 1 inch. Yeah, a 1 inch, I think so. Yeah, close to 1 inch, and then it's flat, right? We don't need a round brush today. We need a flat brush today. All right, 1.5. Okay, so 1.5. Oh, sorry, half, not 1.5. All right, so let's say Bismillah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatum min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. And may Allah increase us in knowledge. MashaAllah, all my artists are ready. So what we are going to start with, so we will use some pink, some nice orange color for our flowers. But right now, let's pick up some yellow, right? No worries, because you are going to mix it with a little black. So there are no worries, right? So we are just going to pick up some yellow and drop it here. You know, just drop. Just pick up some yellow. Let's pick up some yellow and drop it here. All right. Now we'll pick up green. We have 3 colors, so randomly, you know. But the lines today, you have to be careful that the lines will be like this, right? All the way, we are going to mix it. So let's start. Bismillah, just these lines. So please follow these lines. I dropped the paint and then I am just mixing it, right? All right, here we are just, and the moment I went to yellow, I'm just spreading it out, kind of mixing, but remember the lines, right? Remember the lines. All right, no worries, Inaya. you don't have paint, no worries, because I'm going to do in crayons. If you have crayons, because you just joined us today, no worries, because your actual class starts in July, but you are just here to watch everything how we do it. So no worries, later when your supplies come, you can just follow, because I'm going to share the video. I hope the video is recorded. Let me check quickly. By the time you can just put, okay, video is recorded. So now you can see I dropped yellow here, and then I dropped green here, right? And then I'm just kind of mixing it. See, I'm not adding any water, because acrylic paint, this one was already not very thick. So see how I am using my brush, and as you can see the lines, it's called the gradient, right? I am already getting a gradient, so not adding any water. My brush already, it was dry, but I'm only using the paint. So the paint was liquid, and what I want to do is the one thing that you need to follow is that you are just using these lines, right? Just using these strokes. So all the way slanting lines, right? You know how the sun rays go down? So this is also a garden, and in that garden there is a lot of greenery, and it starts from green, and then it's gradually going up to the yellow, right? So, all right. So what we can do now, we need to pick up black. Yes, I will wait for everyone. So if you are getting these lines, it's really pretty. If you can just closely watch, there are some, don't put a lot of paint, because otherwise the paper maybe it's a watercolor paper, it's supposed to hold up the liquid. Yes, I'm waiting. So I am waiting for everyone, but be careful that the lines should be there, and a gradient. Slowly, the yellow is moving on to green. And now what we will do is we will add black paint, right? I'm waiting for everyone. Let's start. So if you can watch these lines, these are very pretty. And this just comes with a brush stroke. We just move the brush. So I'm not moving, I need to put black here, just showing you that what we did was we have to have our brush moving in these slanting strokes, like the sun rays, subhanallah, how they touch.
We need to cover the paper.
We need to cover the paper, but no worries, if you don't have masking tape, no worries, we have to have black here. But I'm waiting for everyone. Before I start with black, I want to wait for everyone. All right, give me a thumbs up if you are ready. And all right, no worries, Hadia. So let's look at the screen. All right, we started with yellow. So we had yellow here, right? If you can see, lime yellow, lemon yellow, and then green. So I picked up yellow, I dropped it here, and then with brush strokes, and then I picked up green, and then the strokes that I have to use is these slanting ones, right? So pick up yellow, pick up green, and then just merge it like that. Yellow first on the top, yellow, and gradually put green on a distance, yellow and green. Start with the green strokes, but the brush has to be a little thick and flat, right? You can't do the lines with a round brush, so that is the difference. So green, it's getting drier now, right? Yeah, so it's green. These are the lines. So you will just move from slanting, like rays of the sun. Today is a sunny day, by the way. Yeah, there's a lot of sun outside. Yesterday was beautiful without any sun. Subhanallah, right? Whenever we say something, see something beautiful, we say Subhanallah. All right. Now, if we are ready, let's go to black. Now I'm going to pick up a little black. you know, not the whole thing. And I'm going to put it here, random, right? And I'm going to spread it, the same slanting lines. Now here would be very black, this part, you know, just covering up the whole paper with black, right? So what are we doing is, we just, with the paint, we are just covering it up with
like how you said to put two greens, the light green and the dark green. I only have light green.
No worries, because you are adding black to it, it will just give you a dark green color. See, I'm just blending it using the same strokes and I'm just blending. I just put a little paint, but I'm careful. I have to make it flat, you know. The trick is, because we have to do, this is underpainting, right? So we are blending it nicely towards green. We are coming closer and closer, but the trick is to make it flat. So whatever paint, there shouldn't be any, shouldn't be bumpy, right? It shouldn't be, there shouldn't be any thick paint. So as you see, whatever black I put it here, I just made it with these strokes. It has to be flat. So it is just flat. Now we are coming closer to green. I'm not adding a lot of paint now. I'm just waiting to do whatever black was on the brush. I am just using that. And then see, I'm not adding a lot of black to it again. I'm just making it, whatever paint was left, I'm just using that. So whatever wet paint was there, I'm not adding any water today. You can see how the color is so flat, right? Because I'm just using this, and I'm not adding any more paint, but I will, you know, I will add green paint instead of black. I already have black here, and before it gets too dry, I will just pick up green, and on the black, see, I get a nice dark green color now, right? So I didn't add any more black, but on the same one, I just added green. I need more green. So whatever was on my palette, I'm going to drop it in the middle, right? And then using the same brush strokes, I'm going to get a nice shaded color and moving the brush nicely, same lines. So now I have like this. Yeah, nice, right? But what we need, fresh green more. So what I will wait for it to get dry, right? So Maya is asking us to wait. So inshallah, we actually want to wait before we add a fresh green. So this was the dark green that we used, but now since I need some fresh green here. So let's pick up another green from our box. Maybe a light green, not a very dark green. If you have some light green.
I only have two kind of greens. The rest okay. I just have sea green.
No worries. So this green, you know, on my palette.
I don't have that kind of green.
Alright, then use any green at all, or mix it with yellow. Whatever green you have, just mix it with yellow. It will become this fresh green, right? So mix it with any kind of yellow, like this yellow, just mix it with this green. No worries, whatever greens, no worries. And we are waiting for the black to get dry, because if we are going to color on top of it, it will become again very dark green. So we need to wait for some time. And no worries. All right, no worries. Inshallah, we are waiting. And all right. I hope I can switch on the fan. Maybe it will help, right? So yes, I just switched on the fan, and it will help to get it dry. And then I can I can also do this with because my surface is all wet, but I can also show you in crayons, right? If you don't have paint, and so yeah, looks like it is getting dry. So I'll get my brush. All right, and looks like it is a little dry, and hope everyone is with me. And let's pick up our flat brush. Let's get our flat brush, and now let's pick a layer of this fresh green, and give a nice shade. See how nice it is, because we waited for the green, black to get dry, and now we can add it again in lines. Now what's the trick is to be careful about these flat brush strokes. So they have to be like slanting, right? Slanting lines. So you can see we just touched it on black too. So it's nice. We can just bring it like that once we have the black already. So we are just spreading this green. Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, this is what I wanted, like from yellow, and starting from yellow, green to dark green to blackish green, and then plain black. All right, now I hope everyone has the same thing. Now what are we going to do is we are going to pick up a pencil, and we have to do a placement for our flowers. And then what we need is a round brush. Let me show you which brush I'm going to use. So, all right. So the brushes that I'm going to use today for the flowers is this round brush, right? And I can show you the number of this brush is, looks like it is 6, right? Or 9 or 6, and it is round. Remember? Your pages is sticking. So what I do is I take out a paper from the sketchbook. So this is the paper, watercolor paper. I take it out of the sketchbook, and then I use it on my drawing board. So this black is my drawing board, or actually it's not a drawing board. It is just a big sketchbook. So the back of the sketchbook, it's really hard cardboard. So the cardboard, I just use sticky tape to put it around, right? And before it gets actually very dry, thank you for reminding me, let's take out the tape. Oh yeah, it is ripping. So maybe the other side. Be careful. Yeah, it was the wrong direction actually. We learn every day. It was ripping my paper, so I took out the tape from other direction, and that is better. It still ripped a little tiny corner, if you can just see it here. Now I want to get rid of the tape, because once our background is done. So now when you rip out the tape, take off the tape, be careful which direction you are taking. If you are like taking it out and you see that the paper is ripping, just stop here and start from the other side. and see how neat the frame is. This direction was good for me. So Simil, it ripped out your paper. What you can do is start changing the direction. So now it's not ripping my paper. Actually, earlier it was. So it is just the direction. And you know, today I didn't have enough tape, so you can see it's like a funny frame. It like starts from here and just ends here. Yeah, so it's not like a full frame, but yeah, we can still design with it, no worries, right? Okay, so now what we need is a pencil, right? So grab a pencil. Grabbing a pencil too. Right, here I go. I have some pencils, and yeah, all right, so I have a pencil, and what I'm going to do is mark it on the painting, some oval circles like this. Yeah, you can't see it because the pencil is not working or the pen is not working, but you can still see it. 1, 2. If I can bring it closer, yeah, you can see because it is a little wet. So you see the small oval shapes that I am making. If you can all see the screen. Yes, Hadia, I'm waiting. I'll stop here. Just adding these tiny small oval shapes, right? Just to see where my flowers in the garden going to be. So just these 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5, roughly, just rough points. Or if you have a white marker, you can do that, but no worries if you don't have. Or a pink marker. I have this acrylic marker just to show you. Yeah. Just switch on the fan. So with this pink marker, because my pencil was not showing it to you, I'm just showing like just few circles. 1 and 2 and then 3 random, and then 4 flower, and then 5, and then some flower here. So I just did with this acrylic. This is called an acrylic marker, but you don't need to have it. It was just for fun. I buy art supplies all the time, even if I don't need them. You can use gel pen, that is true. So I'm just fond of buying everything. That's why I have a tray of markers, every kind of marker. So it's just my passion, right? So whenever I go to the store, even if I don't need anything, I just look at it and just want to get it. That maybe it will come useful. All right, now let's start with, okay, we will wait. Yeah, you can use white marker, but no need, because I just wanted to show you. You can use your pencil, you can use anything, but I just wanted to show you. Now today we are going to focus on the strokes. So that is why I want you to know to have this brush. And you will follow very, yeah, because I need time to show it to you. So there's no hurry. We are not using cotton buds today because that just gives us a dot. Today I want to teach you how to paint a flower. So we are not drawing a flower, right? We're just painting it with our brush strokes. So we need paint for that. Let's take out paint now. So this plate, I'm just going to put it away because it has a lot of black, yellow, and greens. I will rather get a new paper plate or my, my palette. So a new paper plate. So get a new paper plate. Oh, wow. MashaAllah, Simil, you are so talented. All right, what we need now, mashallah, you're doing a great job. So what we need is pink. Let's take out whatever tubes you have, whatever paint you have, just take out some pink. Like I just took out some. Yeah, Hadia, the brush is, where is the brush? Yeah, this is the brush. So it is rounded, as you can see, and it has a pointy top, you know, a rounded brush, a round brush that has a pointy top, you know. So this brush actually, without drawing, it gives us some nice, pretty flower petals. You can also have pink and you can also have orange. Hadia, this is 7. Actually, if I look it from here, it's 6. If I look it from here, it's 9. So I don't know which way you should look at, but any brush, 9 or 6, right? Let's take out fresh pink. And if you have orange, like the orange color, this one, okay, 6. All right. Yeah, 6, maybe 6. I'm reading it wrong. So I'm going to have some orange on my palette. Orange and pink and white, right? We need some white to give it some nice shading, right? If you have 11, it's all right. You know, you just have to be careful when. So I added some white to my palette, and as you can see here, I have white and orange and pink. Okay, bristles facing up like this, right? All right, it is 6. Awesome. Thank you, Sumaya. All right. Look at bristles facing up. Awesome. Lovely. So this is number 6. All right. Ready to start? So pick up your brush and you have orange, pink and white. So what are you going to do starting with orange first? I'm just going to touch it, not the whole brush. So look at the brush. I didn't dip it in.
Can you slow down?
Of course, sweetie. I'm not actually doing anything, right? I just picked up paint and waiting for all of you, showing it to you that this is a round brush and look at the paint. I didn't dip it completely in paint. I just touched the orange and tell me when you are ready. So I'm going to move it in the center and now you have to follow along me how we are going to do the flowers. I'm waiting for everyone. No worries, right? Yes, this is going to be a beautiful painting. I like it how the green is coming towards the black, right? It's very pretty. So we are waiting with orange. Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Thank you, Raima. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khairan. All right. So we picked up some orange. We are not loading our brush with paint. It is just some paint. No worries, Simil. If it is still dry, no worries, right? Mine is a little wet, but it's okay. No worries. Yeah. I think we can still wait actually. No worries. If the paint is still drying, no worries. It is not, mine is still a little, if I look at it in a different direction, looks like from here, there are some strokes that are wet, but I don't think they will, they are going to affect our painting. All right, how we are going to start now, pick up the paint, the orange color on your rounded brush and the strokes, look at that. We are going to touch it like this. What colors do we need? Sorry? Say it again.
What colors do we need?
Sweetheart, we have orange. We have pink. Can you see the screen? Right, white, pink, orange, right? Should I write it down in the text? All right. Okay, white, pink, and orange. Now, what you do is you pick up your brush and put it like that, and then just bring it nicely, slowly up, right? If you can, I want to show it to you very closely. So what you do with this flower petal is like a teardrop, you know? No worries, you don't have orange. Mix red and yellow to get orange. If you don't have red and yellow, just pink. If you don't have pink, mix red and white, right? All right. Now we have this orange, and now I'm going each time I'm going to pick it up a little orange on the top of my brush, a little orange, and see, now I did one. Now I'm going to put the brush again, and then just pick up the brush, like you drop the brush here, and then you just bring it down and slowly bring it up. See how nice it is? I like it, you know, and it's so easy how you do it. So what you do, pick up some paint like I picked up on the top of the brush. If you can see it clearly, on the top of the brush I have a drop of paint, and then slowly I'm going to put my brush here and then bring it close to this point and just take it out, right? So this is a nice way to get some nice flower petals. Now I'll repeat it, you know, I will just repeat it. So whatever, I don't have to touch the paint each time. I don't have to, but sometimes I have to, right? So drop it, press it a little, and then gradually take your hand away. You know, put your hand away. So just practice. So drop the brush like that, and then gradually bring it up. All right. So again, we are going to continue. We can move it, right? And continue. So put a little pressure, and then slightly, very nicely bring your brush up. Nice exercise, fun, right? So what are you going to do? Put a little pressure and repeat. So like this, and then gradually slide your brush towards the center and pick up your brush, right? So what you have to do is a drop of paint, put it on the painting, press it a little, and then drag the brush toward the center of the flower. So
is it okay if I don't have a rounded brush?
Yeah, with a round brush, sweetheart, it's really easy to do these petals in the round. The pack that I suggested in your supplies has like all different kind of brushes. So the background, remember, how did we get these lines? If you want to see it again, these gradient, we got it with the flat brush. But now, instead of the flat brush, for the flowers, pretty flowers, we have a round brush. So it's not coming out. Okay, don't use 11 then. Use 6. If you have a round brush 6, Myra, you can use that. And the trick is you press it and then you gradually drag it towards the center of the flower and lift it up, you know? And that is how some places you can, again, on the tip of the brush, you are going to put a drop of paint. And you know what? We are going to do the leaves around the flower like that too. So if it is not coming out good, don't use it. So what I'm going to do is pick it up, drag it toward the center of the flower and pick up my brush. All right, I hope, Myra, you can use another brush. And then, yeah, you can dry your brush. And now what I can do is pick up a little white. I just picked up a little white and a little orange, and in the center of the flower, I'm just going to draw circle, like small, tiny dots. I'm not touching it very harshly, very softly. I'm just adding these dots in the center. I can bring it very close to you. So you can see very tiny dots. And as you can see, the paint is only on the edges of the flower, right? So I'll repeat the process for all these, and then you can follow along, right? I can add some white too, you know, but this is like one simple flower, but I can add some white paint. If you just touch, I just want to show you, this is the white paint. And what we can do for our existing flower, just add some white lines to it, just like that. If you can just see how I'm dragging only the tip of the brush, only the tip. So I'm not moving everywhere with that paint. And when it gets dried up, just a white on the tip. And yeah, it comes with practice. Don't worry if it is not coming out good. So this group, I am going to end this group maybe at night. So you still have a lot of time to go back to the videos, and you can, or maybe I can do it on the weekend, right? And start a new group today, but keep this old group, and then you can go back to the videos and to this video specifically. So now what I did, I added some white paint, right? So from the distance, it looks pretty, right? So I'm going to do the same with pink now. So I have an orange flower. Now let's do the same. So same brush, you see it's clean. This is clean. And I'm just going to add pink now instead of orange. Let's pick up some pink. So again, I'm not going to dip the, this is so hard. Oh, really? Let's practice, guys. Right? If it is harder, it will be prettier. No worries, no worries. I'm going to repeat it, right? So it comes with repetition, it comes with practice. Flowers are hard, all right. So if you think, you know, if cotton bud is like these flowers that we are learning today, this is a little different from all the other flowers we had been doing, right? So it's all right if you messed it up, really no problem, right? So what you do, just learn. You have your brush, you have your paint on the tip of the brush, and then you put it here, like, just please watch carefully how I'm doing. So I'm going very slowly to show you. Just tip off the paint and the brush here, like a dot, and press it a little, and then drag the brush closer to the circle. It looks like a straight line, right? So let's do it again. Put it here and drag it towards the center and pick it up. Again, put the brush here and then drag it along. Then put the brush and then drag it towards the center. Again, pick up the brush, pick it up, drag it. All right, repeating the strokes. Just pick up the paint and then drag it towards the center. Again, pick up the paint, drag it towards the center. So keep on doing that. Keep on doing that, moving the paper just like that. And then just look at the repetition. Just practice, sweeties. If you practice a lot, you know, this will look so nice, right? You just pick it up and then drag it close to the circle. Pick it up, come close to the circle. And when you get it, what you are going to do, pick up the white paint on the tip of your brush, and then you can just make a circle here and then just drag some lines like that, you know. No worries if it is hard, right? We can do a lot of practice and keep on touching it with your paint like this. But you know what? If you want to do, if you think it's very hard, you can use the cotton buds, right? You can use the cotton buds. And let's do it with cotton buds and let's see if it is still hard or if it is a little easier. All right, if you have a cotton bud, I can show you with it. All right, let's pick up our cotton bud and let's do some orange. Pick up some orange, and then the same way you have to put it here and drag it in the center, but it is like little thicker, but no worries. See, like that. So let's use cotton buds like that. All right, like that. Yeah, if it's very hard, you can do your own flower, but I just did it with cotton buds, right? All right, now I'm going to do it again. Some other flowers, just like that. This is not very neat, remember? So this is the difference, as you can see. This was the cotton bud, this was the brush. And let's just keep on practicing, right? I lost my brush in the mug, so I will just find it out where I left it. Right. So, all right. I think it is this one. All right. Yes. So, yes. All right. So, let's add some green. All right. Now let's add some some leaves to it, right? So now let's get some green again. Some fresh green, if you have, inshallah. So, and then of course you can do it later, you know, we can finish it later. So we have time to do some of our leaves now, right? Now how we do that, I have green, fresh green and white. We will mix that. So first I will just use green, and then I'm going to mix it with a little bit of white to give it a little bit of shading. So how I'm going to start, I'm going to have my hand here because this is a dry surface, and I can just do it like that. Just make a line like this. If you can just follow, this is the, yes, Hadia. So see, I used white here on the flowers, right? And you can practice later. Now let's start with a leaf because we need to finish our composition. And then what I'm going to do, a straight line with fresh green. And now I'm going to mix a little white to it, you know, just to give it a little shading. And I don't have to mix the whole color properly. No, I just touched white and green, and then with the straight line, the same way that we did flowers, you know, same strokes. We are going to draw the leaf like that, like that, and then like this, the shape. of the leaf is like that, right? If you can just see, these are just some of the strokes that we used. So we can just give it a rounded shape, and then what we can do is make another leaf like that. So just look at the strokes. We have some white, and just like that, right? Just strokes. So if you want to look at it closely, we are learning to paint leaves, and in the end, you know, when it's all dry, you can even use some outlines with your glitter pens. If you have glitter pens, you can just could give it an outline, just a suggestion. So I picked up fresh green, and I have a little fresh green and a little white on the brush, and
Do you like mine?
yeah, you can share your picture. Or all right, so here I just put a line of green, and then I'm going to use the strokes again, the same that we used in our flower. So I put the brush softly and bring it towards the center. You just have to master this technique, right? So now I'm going to use fresh green. I can just put a line in the center, right? And what I want to do is just add a little bit of, maybe a little bit of dark green to this color, a little bit, you know, just a touch of it. And in the end, I can use some black crayon when it gets a little dry. So just pick up the dark and just touch it from the edges to bring it a little bit of shading. So I can do another line like that, and then just the strokes. See, just the strokes that we used for flowers, we are just going to add some of the leaves here and there, you know. So the leaves are like everywhere, and we just want to add a lot of leaves around it. So you can see just some of the the leaves are all around the flowers, just like that. Some of the stems are here, and then more leaves, right, like this, and then bringing it down like that. So all around there are some leaves, and then we are going to add maybe a lot of white on it to make it look more prettier. Yeah, we can use some more white on it. So let's do some more strokes of green, you know, just strokes, you know, like this stroke, that stroke, and this stroke. So these are just some random strokes that we are just adding. And then we can go back to some more flowers. Yes, Hadia, we are going to add some white to our flowers. Now let's go back to our flowers and just add some white to it, you know. So I picked up white, and then again, I'm going to give a little outline to the pink because it's very, very pink. If you are all with me, I'm just going to give it a very sharp outline like that. If you can see that I am giving it a very soft outline, same with the brush, you know, with a very pointed top on the brush, and it is like a thick paint that I'm going to add here. Just I can just add a line like that on some petals, like thick paint like that. Yeah, it already had pink, and now I'm just adding a layer of white. I can show it closely. So it's just like white strokes, right? It is just white strokes. And so I can also make it very light with pink, and then touch it with white and like this kind of pink, and let's make some more flowers. Follow the brush movement. So you pick up the brush and then just move it like that. Pick up the brush like that, and then don't worry about the shape. Some can be thick, some can be like that, you know, some hazy, no worries, right? So let's continue adding some more flowers all around the painting. So something like that. So, and now we want to add here some white paint, like dots around the flowers. Here too, we are just adding these small white dots. And the same way, you know, with your brush, just touch it all around, pressing a little harder on the end and then bringing it nicely, right? And then some more layers of pink flowers, right? Some flowers are like, you know, like baby flowers. That is easier. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. It's a baby flower. And then we can put some green under that to make an edge. And then here too, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Flower is ready, right? And then in the end, we can just add some orange dots like that. And then we can add some white dots like that, right? Easy. So that is nice. And then we can add some dark pink around it. If you want to make it a bigger flower, you can just give it some little shape from the edges, rounded from the top like this, rounded. And then when you come closer to the edges, I think it is nice, right? Let's add some more leaves around it, you know. So you can also draw a leaf like in the center and then just draw it like that. If you can see, so just a rounded shape like that, and then strokes again, strokes like this, right? So pick up the paint, green paint, and strokes like that, and opposite, right? Oh, I did touch it here, but no worries. I can clean it later and put a little bit of white paint here on my frame. No worries, right? So again, some small leaves on some of the parts where like this and like that, like this, right? So, and then of course, we are going to add to this baby flower some of the stems like that. Easy, right? So some of the leaves are just coming out from the other parts of the flowers like that, you know, just with the strokes. And then same here, just random strokes, right? You don't need to go into a lot of detail. Just like that, just draw a leaf just with your brush stroke like this. And then, of course, here too, just around the flowers. All right. So just I'm adding a little bit of white. We'll work more in July with these kind of paintings. So yeah, we need to learn, right? We can't just say, oh, it's hard and I can't do it, right? Let's practice more, and practice makes us perfect, right? And inshallah, we are going to practice more next month too. So just light color, and then you can just add some thick strokes, and then a lot of leaves, you know. So in some parts we are just adding these random strokes or giving it an outline, right? Some of the leaves, and then just like that you can just make some leaves like that with your brush. And yeah, just follow the video, just follow the strokes, right? And here and there, along with this baby flower, you can just add some white outline to the small. So it's a baby flower, there is a baby leaf, right here, just with our strokes. So a stroke here and a stroke there, right? And then in the end we can just mix white with green and then just do these strokes. Like some of the grass, just a stroke like that, you see, and just a stroke like this here and then here. It's easy, right? Just pick up the brush and then just like that, just like this, just like that. And then some of the shading in the end we can do to some of the leaves that we can, right? And here, and then here I feel some of the leaves, how can do we can do shading. So just draw a line, a white line, and then gradually, please go back to the video again when this lesson is finished, and then you can follow, yeah, all these lines. Now we can also use a very, we have some minutes, right, 2-3 minutes, and I can show you with a very thin brush. This is the number 2 brush, right? A number 2 brush, and that helps us to do a lot of shading with our painting. So what I'm going to do, pick up some light whitish green and just adding shading to it, see? So you can just draw on the leaves some of these shadings. So a line and then bring the color like this. If you watch the video closely later, you will find that you can repeat the process and how I am using the strokes to give a proper shape to some of the leaves. Here I go. So, all right, and just keep on doing the shading. Yes. I hope it's easy now. Yeah, everything is difficult when we don't know how to do it. The moment we learn how to do it, things become easier. And of course, it comes with a lot of practice. Like practice makes a man perfect, right? Nothing else. So again, a white line, and see how my brush, very, very thin brush, how is it moving? And yes. So white paint on the edge, and then just bring it nicely, closely, right inside, like this. And shading. Shading is very important, right? Now I can move around, and whatever leftover paint I have, I can just do some shading, going closer to the leaves and then redoing some of the leaves, right? Making some different shapes, like making it more prettier. Like these strokes, we just need to give it a shape. So this is how I'm going to do that. And just like that, as you can see, that now I'm giving it a rounded shape, right? Earlier, it was just a brush stroke, and now I'm just moving my brush very lightly. Please watch the video again because it will help you a lot. I'm not going to remove the video. You can access the video every time, and this is a lot of fun. Just keep on doing it, you know. Just keep on practicing. And even if you're leaving the group, please don't stop painting, right? Because painting is something that gives you, that helps you a lot, especially in these times, right? Especially in these times, it is very hard. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you all safe, and inshallah. So we are just retouching our leaves. And then as you can see how in the end, even if they are gone a little dry, how we can still work on our leaves, giving it some darks, giving it some lights. Whenever you feel a leaf is very dark or behind a flower that I'm doing right now, you can just give it a little bit of shading. Yeah, like that. And even if it was just some strokes right in the beginning, but now we can just add a lot of shading to the leaves. Even some leaves are behind some flowers, as you can see. So I would ask you to go back to this video and then see how I'm going behind the flower, right? And this looks so pretty, right? So just with no water, remember? So I don't have any water. So I'm just touching. So this looks very green. I want to put a line, and then softly what I'm doing behind the flower, I'm just shading it, going behind it like this, and then just blending it a little. And yeah, and looking forward for everyone, inshallah, to join the next class. We learn more about painting and just adding these lines with a dry brush, with a very thick paint. And if you feel it's very white, you can always add some green color behind it, like that, like this. Some of the lines, there are some crisscross lines and all that. And I also feel that this part also needs some work, some white edges at the end. So how we can do that? See how we can add even at the end of the painting. If we want to make this flower a little bigger, we can just use a very thin brush and give it a white outline here and here. So we'll practice a lot again in July too, and inshallah, yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of you, inshallah. So looks like my garden is done, right? So mashallah, everyone is working so intently, and I'll share this video. No worries, right? You can always go back to it and then keep on working. And guys, please take care of yourself. The times are hard, and please take care of yourself and your family and your mom and dad and your siblings, right? And make lots of du'as. These are the days that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when the times are harder, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just listens to our du'as more, right? So these are hard times, and everyone makes a lot of dua. Please engage in productive work like painting. It's a very productive work, and wish you all the best in everything, inshallah. So please follow the video, and inshallah, yeah, I just want to show you, if you mess up a little like this, just pick up clean brush, pick up some clean paint, and I'm just going to get rid of that, right? So it's neat again, right? If you rip off the paper, or if you have something, just put some white paint on it and ready to go, right? All right, Jazakallahu khairan, everyone. See you on Monday with a new July session. Okay, Assalamu alaikum.